Hello there, Gemini. Welcome to Dragon Tail Tarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your reading for November 1st through 15th. Hope you all are doing absolutely great. It is a beautiful, beautiful day here in this last couple days of October as we do these readings. And so I hope you all have been doing really, really well as we've gone through this month of October. So this is going to be about your astrological influences. We're also going to do a few major cards to get your themes, and then we're going to do a full Celtic cross spread as well. First few couple notes is that this is a general reading, so it will not resonate with every single Gemini out there. If it resonates with you, Gemini, take that in. Those messages are meant for you. If they do not resonate with you, kick them on out to another Gemini. This will correspond with Gemini Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising signs, and all Gemini cross watchers are welcome to be here as well. If you have not yet already subscribed, please do reach out and hit that subscribe button. Join the Dragon family. Also give it that dragon claw up by clicking that like button and let me know that you enjoyed this content. All of my info is below in the description box if you're interested in a personal reading, leaving a little dragon donation, or any of the card decks that I use during your reading. So let's go ahead and get started with some of your astrological influences, Gemini. We are going through the time of Scorpio, and so a lot of this is going to be hitting your universal sixth house right now. That means there's a whole lot of healing of body, mind, and psyche coming up for you. So definitely if you feel like, the layers keep getting pulled back and they keep getting revealed and healed, it's like it's not surprising at all. Some of this could feel somewhat painful because it's like as you reveal more and more of those layers of your deeper innermost thoughts, feelings, emotions, you will dig up and reveal things that have hurt you from the past, things that have left emotional or psychological scars. And so this is a very thorough kind of investigation that Spirit is doing to heal you from the inside out. So that's really what you're feeling. Your ruling sign of Mercury is in retrograde right now, Gemini. So yes, that will be with us until November 20th. So just hang in there with that. It is in the sign of Scorpio as well. So there's a lot of going back and reworking and reinvestigating and reopening, like I said, all those old things from the past that may have really been very heavy and hard for you. So don't be afraid of the dark, Gemini. These things are definitely coming up for a reason, because it's meant to be transformed. It's meant to totally be healed, regenerated. A complete rebirth from the inside out for you is really what I predict on the horizon with your astrological patterns. Also, Mars is moving through Libra for most of the month, and then it also goes into Scorpio on November 20th, the same day that Mercury goes direct. So the healing is really going to be twofold. It's like you're going to be going back and digging up the past so that you can heal it. And then once Mars goes forward, it's like you're ready to just take off. You are going to feel like, yes, I've done so much inner work over the next couple weeks that, once you get to that place, it's like, whew, you'll feel fresh and new, and it's like it's time for new energy and new action. Venus will be going into Sagittarius on November 2nd, so right as we get into the beginning of November, that is the opposite polarity for you, Gemini, so don't be surprised if you feel a little bit of push and pull when it comes to your social life, your love life, friendships, etc. It's kind of like there's going to be that feeling of should I stay or should I go? Because it's like your friends are going to be like, I want you to come out with me, Gemini. And you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to go. I got another offer over here. Or, oh, I just want to stay home. So there will be some push and pull. There will be some back and forth. Those oppositions can be interesting. So just kind of go with the flow yet again. Because right now, any kind of arguments, conflicts, things that come up during a Mercury retrograde, they don't generally go anywhere very good. It's like it just serves to muddy the waters more. So try to just go with the flow, don't push the river, and hang in there as you are doing a lot of healing work. This is absolutely an excellent time to get Reiki, a massage, acupuncture, anything that helps you do some energy healing or work on your physical body and connects the mind and the spirit. Stretching, doing yoga, getting a walk out in nature. Right now, in a lot of places, the weather is really beautiful, like it is here. So, go ahead, get outside before, it starts getting a lot colder and we don't have as many opportunities to enjoy nature as much. All right, Gemini, so let's move into your card reading. I'm going to pull a major arcana, a spirit animal from the Druid deck, and also a magical affirmation to get some major themes for this period of November, and then we're going to do a full Celtic cross as well. So let's go ahead. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, helpers, and healers, please be with the sun, moon, Venus, and rising sign of Gemini as we do the reading for October 1st through 15th, 2019. Please be with them as well as me. Guard and protect all of our energies and bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you so much. All right, Gemini, so here comes the Magician. Like I said, all new beginnings, brand new start in love, in life. This is you, the alchemist, really recreating your reality, taking all the parts of your personality, all the gifts of your soul, and bringing them together in something brand new. So let's bring up a Celtic druid animal for you and see which one of these is strongest for you right now. Oh, look, our favorite Highland cow. There she is. This is a beautiful, deeply stable, grounded, earthy, pastoral goddess kind of energy. She's a healer. She's a nurturer. She's balanced. To me, this is always very Taurus energy with the cow coming through. Love that card so much. She is such a strong spirit for you, which really helps to ground, stabilize, and again, a reminder to nurture yourself, to heal yourself inside and out. So let's pull a card from the magical affirmations and get a spell card for you on this period of time. Prosperity comes up, Gemini. So yes, you're creating a lot of prosperity. That cow energy is very prosperous. The Magician is creating a lot of prosperity for you too. So it says, as this tree grows so strong, so fine, so may I prosper from the universe divine. So this is a great affirmation for you right now, Gemini, if you're trying to grow your abundance, grow your prosperity, grow a business, just put more money in the bank. It's a number 3, which I love. That's kind of that Empress card number, which the cow also reminds me of because it's very Taurus energy. So you really are. This is all about you growing, about you building something financially stable and secure here, Gemini. All right, so let's move into your tarot reading and let's see what comes up for you. Very, very strong beginning here. Oh, wow. So yes, Gemini, look at that. Right off the bat, in the middle of your chart, the heart of this reading is transformation. It's death. The death card is the Scorpio energy. I love this card. It has the symbols for Pluto, which rules Scorpio in there. He holds that white rose of innocence because that's what's coming through, after the death, after the transformation, the new rebirth, the new magic, the new alchemy is reborn. Very strong Scorpio energy. So Gemini, you're really, really working with the flow of the universe right now. This is a great confirmation. Let's pull a clarifier for that card and see what comes up on top of that. Yes, brand new thoughts, brand new messages, brand new communication coming in on top of that death card. So to me, that's really about, clearing out the old so that new higher vibration energies and messages can come to you. And this is your own energy there, Gemini, with that Page of Swords. It's air, it's you, it's also Aquarius and Libra. So let's pull some more and see what comes up for past and present and future coming through. Okay, so, look at that, Gemini. So coming up on the immediate past, you've got the Ten of Swords. So look at that. That is, to me, a completion of a really painful mental cycle. This is a time when, you've been really worried, you've been really burdened with anxieties or troubling thoughts, sleepless nights, etc., having a really hard time resting your mind. And that's what's going through into the past position. So I believe that right now, with that death card, as you step into that energy in the present, this is really all so much about, a death of old worries, a death of old fears, freeing yourself from that bondage, transforming out of it. Let's pull a clarifier for the Ten of Swords, please. Yeah, and this, the Hermit card comes up on top of that, Gemini. So this has definitely been absolutely like we talk about, the dark night of the soul, the journey through the dark, really working through a lot of things in isolation. A lot of people have no idea how much you've suffered, how much you have been through, because so much you have kind of kept it to yourself, partly because you didn't feel like you could tell anybody, and maybe also because you didn't want to burden or feel like you were weighing anyone down with your own stuff. So going forward really is getting very powerful, because your internal messages, what you feel on the internally unconscious, message is that Knight of Wands, is this fiery new energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, very strong, moving forward, very, very powerfully. It's like pure energy, pure boldness, pure new beginnings going forward, because you're really inside. It's like you're like, hey, I'm ready to get out of this old outworn energy. I'm ready for some movement out of that. So let's clarify that Knight of Wands, see what comes up on top of him there. Yes, and Gemini, this is all about, look at that, another swords card, Six of Swords. This is you, interior, your emotions, your whole unconscious drive right now is moving away from conflict, moving away from argument, contention, sources of argument, conflict, anything that's been really troubling you, because this is moving away from the choppy waters, going towards the still waters. So yeah, you're really in motion, and it's happening pretty fast. Like inside of you, it's like, I'm ready, I'm already there, I'm going. On the top from the higher mind is that Seven of Cups, a little bit overwhelmed, lots of choices, lots of things coming through from your higher spirit connections, maybe a little overwhelming. It's kind of like, okay, which voice do I listen to? Which side of myself do I pay attention to? Because there's a lot of things. Maybe if the more spiritually or psychically connected you are, Gemini, the more that feels to me also like a lot of like psychic downloads. That's just what I'm really getting as well through that card. Let's do a quick modifier for the Seven of Cups, please, Spirit. For Gemini. Let's keep it clear. Oh, Mercury retrograde. You even have to reiterate a little bit. It's like, I need it for the Gemini. All right. Oh, yes. Okay. So Gemini, this is definitely communication. That is your energy. The Lovers is a Gemini card. So it is communication, and it is, this could also be you having maybe some confusion if this is for a relationship. This, of course, is general, so it's not going to be every Gemini, but some of you, this is spiritual, and also some of you, this is choosing a good love partner, making a decision. You could have 2 or more people vying for your attention, you know, kind of all wanting your time, all wanting to talk to you. And you're going, oh my gosh, I don't know who to choose. I don't know what to pick. So you've got to use your intuition there, Gemini. And if honestly, if it's too much right now, just back off a little bit. Wait until November 20th at least, because, you know, don't make any big decisions. Never a good idea to make big, irrevocable decisions during a Mercury retrograde, because once it goes direct, the mind changes back again. So if you have big decisions to make regarding love or partnership, just keep getting to know them, Gemini. Keep it, you know, calm right now until you get to that point in the month. All right, going forward, here comes the Devil card. Capricorn energy, very, very strong. This is really all about anything that keeps you burdened, keeps you tied, keeps you constrained. You know, because Capricorn energy, especially in its negative side, can be very rigid, can be very like clock watcher, and he looks kind of serious. He's just like, I'm watching you. You clocked out too early. I saw that. So the devil to me isn't necessarily always a bad thing. It's like I said, you know, it's that Capricorn thing. So it's all about, you know, your ambitions, your drives, but it's also about what keeps you restricted, what keeps you kind of like from living your fullest life sometimes. And that's a big thing for Capricorn, is they can be so rigid and logical that they don't remember. Like, have a little fun, break out of those chains sometimes. So, you know, this going into the future, Gemini, can be 2 things. It can be you working very hard and getting very serious and very diligent about something. It's not a bad thing at all, but you want to make sure that you remember to enjoy life. Don't get so bogged down in anything that's, you know, hurting you or frustrating you to where you're not enjoying your life anymore. So let's play a clarifier for Mr. Devil there. Yes, and so this, yeah, Gemini. For a lot of you, not all of you, but for a lot of you, this is really like a love thing. This is disappointments in relationships. This is old heartbreaks coming up to the surface. You are really having to heal some stuff emotionally. I'm definitely feeling that. Like I said, this is a big period of healing time right now. This next 2-3 weeks, the first couple weeks of November, woo, really strong. Gemini, if you have a good counselor, therapist, trusted friends and advisors, this is the time to talk to them and really get all this stuff out on the table so that you can heal it from the inside out, because you have had a hard time, you know, with something from the past, focusing on some disappointments, things that have hurt you, people that haven't been honest, people that haven't really lived up to the expectation you had of them. Nothing is all lost, though. There are still very good things in your life. There are still excellent things coming through. But it's really like you've got to get through to the heart of the matter, because with that devil energy, it's like, it's dogging you, you know. The devil's saying, hey, wake up. You know, this thing is kind of turning into a bad habit, you know. So don't get into that habit of like, everything I touch doesn't work. And, you know, every time I try something, it doesn't go right. You know, Gemini, pay attention to what's going good. Go pay attention for a little while. Just take, you know, some days where it's like either write down or make a mental list of like what you're grateful for each day. And those things will start to grow, because that's where your attention starts being directed. So let's pull some more cards and see what comes up along the side here. Get you some advice. Yes. Yes. Okay, Gemini. Well, actually looking pretty good. Let's pull some clarifiers for each one of these as well, because here's the first one. So suggested approach is the Hanged Man. So Gemini, this actually really goes along with what I was saying about, you know, not pushing too far forward, not pushing things too strongly, really until that Mercury retrograde goes direct on November 20th, because, you know, it's kind of like, this is definitely a perfect card for Mercury retrograde. It's the Hanged Man, because it's like, okay, I don't really want to have to wait but I gotta wait because, you know, the energy just isn't there right now. The positive communication and the easy flow of ideas is just not there right now, but it is there for going back and healing things. Mercury retrogrades are great for tying up energy of the past, things from the past that have just needed to get taken care of for so long. And it's like, oh, I keep meaning to take care of that. I keep meaning to do that, and I just haven't done it. So yeah, definitely pay attention to that, Gemini. Let's get a clarifier on that Hanged Man, please. Yeah, okay. Look, and two of them came out. Ah! Two, really, they like stuck together, Gemini. Both are sword suits. Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords. This is you literally cutting some crap out of your life. Like, that is what is really, like, that is what you're doing while you're waiting. While you're in that between phase, instead of making a lot of big decisions about the future, right now, Gemini, clean up the past, clean up the present, deal with what's here and now, deal with the pains that have bothered you, because that Ace of Swords is all about slicing through old confusion, getting clarity on a purpose, on a mission, and that Queen of Swords as well. She is about using your intuition married with your clear logic to cut through to the heart of the matter. So going into what you need to know, Gemini, like I said, this is time to take a little time out for yourself. Four of Swords, absolutely. This is time to rest, time to recuperate. It's not time to make huge new bounds. It's time to rest, refocus. All the re-words really apply with a Mercury retrograde. Refresh, relax, reschedule. If there's something that's just like you looming and you feel like, I don't have, you know, I'm not ready for that, reschedule it. It's nothing wrong with that. So let's, yeah, recharge, reorganize, rejuvenate, regenerate. Oh, all the rewords apply during Mercury retrograde. So let's pull a clarifier for him. All right, yes. So many swords coming out, Gemini. It's so much about thought. The great thing about this, best thing about all these swords coming up, is that a lot of this tells me that much of this at this point in your life, even if it's all based in real physical things that happened, a lot of it at this point is mental residual machinations. A lot of it is literally in your head right now. And so it's all about clearing and ordering thoughts, meditating, getting to just embrace and say, yes, I have this thought, I have this fear, and I can be at peace with it, and that way it's easier to let it go. This is about you, as you're resting, this is really about freeing yourself from the ties that bind you, from anything that keeps you stuck. Like that devil coming through said, the emotions are keeping you stuck, so take some time out, get unstuck. Because hopes and fears, there's that Two of Cups, Gemini. So yeah, it's really like you're hoping for those good, soul-connected, spiritually connected romances and friendships and interactions, but you're also kind of fearing that they won't occur. So let's pull a clarifier for the Two of Cups for Gemini, please. Ace of Wands. Those beginnings will definitely come, Gemini. Those new, passionate, fiery, wonderful beginnings absolutely will be revealed. Don't worry. Don't worry about that, because right now that's something that you do have some anxiety over. And then your outcome card is absolutely beautiful. It goes from the Two of Cups to the Three of Cups. So I believe that with time and some love and some patience, you're going to get to that point where you really have a lot to celebrate, a lot to be thankful and happy for. And so let's pull a clarifier on that Three of Cups, please, Spirit, for Gemini. Yeah, Yeah, look at that. Queen of Wands on top of the Three of Cups. So this is definitely you coming into your power. This is Leo energy, Sagittarius, Aries energy. So very, very positive, fiery, upbeat, optimistic, and very magical. I always notice her little black cat there. So, you know, she's kind of a witchy queen. She's got that power and that magic connection. So very generous of spirit, very good at creating her reality. So you can definitely, Gemini, you will be recreating a new reality, but just give it a little time. Be patient, you know, through this, especially through this retrograde, because you do have some things to heal, but it's all for your greater good. This was a great reading for you, and I hope to see you again very soon. Have a wonderful day. Take care.